Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of colour. So today's video is all about peptides. Do they work? Are they a gimmick? How do they work? And which products are suitable for skin of colour? As you know, none of my videos have ever been sponsored and they will never be sponsored. Everything I recommend is from evidence-based information. So as you know, skin of colour is different to Caucasian skin in that our melanocytes are larger and they are easier to trigger. So as I always say, one scratch, one bite or one burn and we hyperpigment. This is not the case for Caucasian skin. Now unfortunately, the vast majority of skincare wasn't made with skin of colour in mind. So with us, we actually have the most effective ingredients at optimal percentages without irritating the skin. In addition, the composition of our skin is slightly different. We have less ceramides in our skin, which means that we tend to get drier quicker. Our skin can become duller faster. Wrinkles tend to happen later on after we start to get hyperpigmentation. So actually, we do need different ingredients to a standard cream that you would make for Caucasian skin. So, all right, if that sounds good to you, give me a thumbs up. Let's dive right in. So first of all, what are peptides? So peptides, let's start off with the building blocks of peptides. We start off with amino acids. So these are basically made up of oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. So these amino acids, when they join up to form anywhere between 2 or 50 of them join up, they form peptides. Now anything more than 50 amino acids plus So anything more than 50 amino acids joined together are considered proteins. So we start off with amino acids, which are the building blocks. Then we've got peptides, which are 2 to 50 amino acids joined together. And then we have proteins, which are 50 plus. Now peptides, those amino acids between 2 to 50, can be synthetically manufactured, but they also can be consumed and they're found already in our body. Proteins, which are 50 plus amino acids, are large molecules. They do not penetrate the skin and they're basically moisturizers. So this is one of the marketing gimmicks that can happen is when someone says, oh, there's protein in this or there's collagen in a cream. Collagen is a massive protein molecule that cannot penetrate the skin. So essentially it's just a moisturizer. So if you're buying a collagen cream, and it's expensive, then you've been duped by marketing because it's just a moisturizer. Peptides, however, are excellent in creams. There are many, many benefits. Starting off with, it helps to stimulate collagen and elastin production. It reduces the breakdown of collagen and elastin. It improves antimicrobial activity, so such as bacteria and fungi. It improves the penetration of actives. It reduces erythema, so redness and inflammation. It improves hydration of the skin. And specific peptides have specific benefits to the skin. Now, there are hundreds of different peptides. So the key, first of all, is to look for the word peptide. And then if you see dipeptide, it's 2 amino acids together. If you see tripeptide, it's 3 amino acids. Now, peptides tend to have a fatty acid attached to it to stabilize it, such as palmitoyl. Now, there are many different types of peptides. I've got a few here for you that you might come across. So palmitoyl oligopeptide is a neuropeptide used to improve fine lines. The next one is palmitoyl tripeptide, so 3 peptides, and this is basically skin firming by boosting collagen and elastin. The next one you're likely to see is acetyl hexapeptide. It's basically muscle relaxing for facial expression. People tend to call this one Botox in a bottle. Then there's myristal pentapeptide, that's 5 amino acids, and that helps with moisture and hydration of the skin barrier. Then there's hexanyl dipeptide, which basically speeds up cell renewal, which is important with aging. Now, the classic mistake made with peptides is, again, they are unstable, and so you don't really want a lot of oxygen around them. So you don't really want them in a vial where oxygen's constantly getting in. And this is why when I made Cera-Pep Brightening Moisturiser, which is your ceramide peptide moisturiser, I made sure that basically no oxygen could get into it and it's basically stable. And that's what you want to look for when you spend a lot of money, for example, on peptides. Cera-Pep Brightening Moisturiser is £15 and the link for that is down below, Skincare by Dr. V. You also want to make sure that the packaging doesn't allow any light to get in, because it will break down with UV hitting it. So when you find those vials, for example, that are colorless, I'm just not a big fan, and please don't spend a lot of money on that. Now, if you do have peptides that aren't protected from UV and have a lot of oxygen around them, peptides are expensive and they have a short shelf life, so I would use it up quickly. And I've gone through, I did an extensive search of peptides that are available on the market that I would recommend. I was very disappointed with how much there's just a lot of products out there that market themselves as peptide creams, but either are not in the therapeutic index, meaning there's not enough peptides in it for it to be effective, or the packaging is incorrect, or has been formulated with other ingredients that are going to make it less effective. So I'm going to go through some of the viral peptide creams that are available, because I know a lot of you are likely to purchase it. I generally don't like to do any negative videos on products I don't like. But peptides, I feel like, is a bit of a mystery in terms of, it's not one we talk about a lot, but it's one that we all want. And unfortunately, this does mean that manufacturers will play on your fear and just pop the word peptide in and assume that you don't know anything about peptides. So I'm going to go through not only the ones that I love, but the ones to avoid too, and why I would say to avoid it. Just because in the future, there are going to be other brands, and if you know what to look for, then you're not going to be duped. So first of all, let's start off with affordable peptides. I do like the Ordinary Matrixyl 10%. Now it's not an airless packaging, so you do have oxygen around it and you do have light hitting it, but it's a cheap peptide, and actually for the money, it's a good option. The second affordable one, I would choose our Cera-Pep Brightening Moisturiser. So this one's £15. Moving on to expensive peptides, I like the Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide. That's about £55. And the second one I like is Paula's Choice Peptide Booster. So those are probably on the slightly more expensive range, but the packaging is correct, the percentages are correct, and they are NAF safe, meaning no denatured alcohol, no fragrance, no essential oils, nothing in there that's going to irritate the skin. Now, moving on to the products that I don't like. Number one is the Inkey Peptide Moisturiser. So the therapeutic is not in the therapeutic index. There's a very, very low percentage peptide. The second one is Dr. Jart Plus Ceramidin Cream. So again, the therapeutic index, it's very low compared to the therapeutic index. The next one is Kate Somerville Peptide Kate Power Cream, and this one contains fragrance. So the reason I don't like fragrance is because it's the number one cause of contact dermatitis, and often you don't get any problems initially, but it can happen over years. And so years later, after you've been wearing a cream, you suddenly start to develop rashes and sensitivity, and you think, what's the problem? I haven't changed my skincare routine, but it's something that fragrance does to your skin. It's a skin sensitizer. On top of that, it's a co-sensitizer. So you start to become irritated with the other ingredients in that cream that you normally were absolutely fine with. So for skin of color, I do not like fragrance in our products, because for us, not only do we get the inflammation, which is immediate, we get the hyperpigmentation. And it's just not worth it. I'd rather you wore nothing than wear something that can lead to hyperpigmentation, because unfortunately for us, it can lead to a lot of mental anxiety, especially if it's in a very visible area, or it stops you from wearing clothes that you want to wear and not living the life you want to live. So it just makes no sense, and it's something I would always say to my children and to our children, avoid fragrance in skincare. The next product I didn't like was Allies for Skin Peptide and Antioxidant Cream, for that reason as well, because of fragrance. And then the worst was Elemis Peptide Adaptive Day Cream, which has got essential oils and fragrance in it. So that one is just avoid. And it was an expensive product. I think that was about £50. So save your £50 is what I would say. Also, if you see the word collagen on a cream, please just know that it's just a moisturizer. It's too big of a molecule to penetrate the skin. If you love collagen, I drink literally marine collagen because it's just the best way to get collagen into the body. We lose 1% collagen every year from 21 years old onwards. And so I'm 38 now, and it does start to show on the skin if you're not using antioxidants and protecting the peptides of the skin. So with the marine collagen, you guys did ask me to manufacture this for you, so I am working on this. This should come out in the next 3 months. So collagen is a very complicated topic. A lot of products don't have great bioavailability, and there's not a huge amount of information on it, but I'm gonna make a whole video. In fact, if you want me to make your collagen drinks video, can you tell me what specifically you would want to know? And I want to make a series for you on collagen drinks, because there's just so little information on it, and whenever there's little information, the manufacturing companies will prey upon that. And so my aim is to obviously give you everything available in the correct format, so it's easy for you to digest and easy for you to see where marketing is trying to dupe you. So can you give me a series of videos you want me to make on collagen drinks specifically, that you just questions you always want to know the answer to and were really confused by? Even if it's down to collagen recipes or whatever you want, you just tell me and I will 100% make those videos for you. If you haven't joined our private Facebook group already, please make sure you do. It's a safe space to talk about your skincare. So that's Dr. V Sock Family. You can shop all our Dr. V products that have been formulated for skin of colour down below on skincare.drv.com. Don't forget, I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video, so hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know to come here and ask me your questions. Don't forget, Skin Revolution is coming out. Please do pre-order. So this has been published by HarperCollins. It's my love letter for my global skin of colour family. It goes through everything you need to know for skincare, and it's something really our children should be able to read through. My daughter loves reading my book as well, so she's 8 years old, and because it's well illustrated, it's quite easy for a newbie to learn, but it's also CPD accredited, so it's great for doctors too. So I really did try and make it for our whole global skin of colour family, all our different levels of knowledge and different age ranges as well. And I also included multi-pathology, because we don't just get one skincare issue, do we? For me, it's hyperpigmentation and aging, and you know, we all have multiple issues, and so I actually need routines that take all that into consideration. So please do buy your copy of Skin Revolution. The link is down below. It's available on Amazon, and it is available globally. Right, so today was a wonderful video. Please do write down below any other videos you want me to make for you. Today is a huge day for me. I've got 12 videos to make, so you're probably going to see this white t-shirt for the next 3 weeks now. Take care. Bye.